You gotta stop laughing at the beginning. Well, welcome to the rundown. I am Tyrese, and I am here with my co-host Matthew Grokevich.
Why'd you have to throw my last name in there? What was that needed for? His last name was Seafelt. Damn it, we gotta make it even.
Sorry. My bad.
I'll edit that out later.
Okay.
I'm trying to tell the ops where I'm at, bro. What the hell?
Sorry, my bad. His address is
bro. Yeah,
392 Chestnut Road.
His last four.
All right. So I watched Bleach. Now let me. What did you think of the opening? I thought that was
the opening. The scene itself and the cutscenes themselves were great. I love the whole cinematic and cinematographic.
Yeah,
it's the whole thing. I like that. The song didn't resonate for how good of just the animation was. The song kind of downplayed it in my eyes because they had the black and white with just the colored eyes, which was beautiful. It just, I think the song was a miss. I do.
Oh shucks.
The outro was way better in my opinion, and the outro's animation wasn't even that good. It was good.
Did you see? Did you see the outro for what is it? How to Pick Up Girls in the Dungeon or whatever. The one with she's just walking around. It's very fan servicey. Like,
the show started off so good, but where the hell is it going? This was really good. Now it's really kind of concerning.
It's just 2 minutes of like
I need
individual.
to lock my door.
Yeah, it's like, what is it, Mom? Hold up. It's like, what kind of? It was stupid. I'm upset that it's a miss though. Because then you're not gonna like Down to Dance. The song, you're not gonna like it. I don't think. I love it, but the it's very Mob Psycho. The cinematic is very Mob Psycho like, with like the weird ghoul looking stuff. You've seen the thing. It's cool. No, I'm saying that part's really cool. The Down Down cinematic is cool. It's definitely they're gonna blur. It's cool, but the song that is definitely that's The Office right there. That's a hit or a miss. So.
Yeah. Well, our part is we've had so many that have come out recently with just fire intro and outros.
Well,
like we have a bunch of different ones. Like the biggest one that I was really surprised, they pumped a lot of money into anime. Most of it didn't go to fight scenes or whatnot. It just went to their intro and outro, like Kaiju number 8.
Yeah.
So they spent a lot of money on Youngblood and One Republic, and then all of a sudden we just have fights in every other episode, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah. I did a little binge of last year's Prime like openings, because last year openings was Hell's Paradise, Fire, 1,000-Year Blood War, JJK Season 2, Demon Slayer, and Chainsaw Man. All those were all out around the same time. With all, I thought just fire openings last year.
Right, I did like JJK's.
Yeah, so I went back and I watched like all the old ones and stuff. I was like, dang. And this year it's like, all right, you can have you don't have to have a hit every year, but like maybe it's just the animes that came out this time. But
well, when did Kaiju number 8 like fully release? That was this year, or was that last year?
That was this year. That was like spring. That was like in the spring.
Okay. Yeah, Kaiju number 8, that probably had the best intro and outro this year, I'd say. So far, nothing's really come close, just as far as song quality with animation. Because Kaiju number 8 intro, that probably of the two, the intro is gonna be top dog for this year, because that opening, just animation and like it was honestly awesome. It was just like almost like acid trippy, to be honest.
Yeah.
But super cool. Like I was really impressed. I didn't expect much coming from that because, Pacific Rim, then you got the first movie, and that was like, then we got the second movie, and that was even more,
Yeah.
And then we got the, we got the anime, and that was decent. All right, I liked it. That was decent, but I wasn't expecting much going into that. And then as soon, like right off the rip, I love it when the studio takes that much attention to detail, where the outro's fire, the intro's fire, the whole anime's fire. Like when they take that much like attention to detail and pride in just those little pieces, because a lot of people will be listening to this and be like, who cares about the intro, outro? Well, then you don't watch anime, and this isn't for you. So, like, when you can tell a good anime just by how much attention and how much they put into just the intro.
Yeah.
At least in my opinion. Because when you think of all the greats, Naruto, what's the one song everybody knows?
Bluebird.
Or
Sign. Or not Sign.
Right.
Flow. By Sign.
I think, yeah.
Or is it Signed by Flow? It's one of the two.
One of the two, yeah.
With the pain arc, yeah.
Tokyo Ghoul, other than doing the finger thing, or trying to do the finger thing, what's the other thing?
Unravel. Or is it when he...
Yeah, it's Unravel.
Yeah, Unravel.
Yeah.
Say. Is that or... It was either that or him carrying his best friend.
That scene.
That scene was...
like...
And when he has his hair, that's one of the most famous manga panels, is where he has his hair back and he says, I am a ghoul.
That was my wallpaper for a hot minute, because that was... Oof.
And the one where he's has his fingers like in his eyes because he's like traumatized, and he's like almost pretty much cannibalizing himself.
Yep.
Yeah, that's cool.
That anime was so dark, and I loved it.
Yeah, they did not
do that justice.
No, not even the rushing part. What they didn't do, one of the biggest things they did justice is the manga is dark, right? It's dark, it's gruesome. You see the pain in everyone's face and eyes in great detail. It just doesn't hit in the anime.
Nope.
It doesn't hit. It's good, but it like
the build-up wasn't as good as season one. In season one, and that build-up was there. Like the build-up to the oh my god, like the like Full Metal Alchemist. Nobody expected to just Dragon Ball fusion between the girl and the dog. Nobody expected that. And we got all, that was like, oh, heartwarming. Oh, this is going to be a kid's show. Then we see that and it's like, the buildup was there. In the second season, that's why it sucked, because the rush was there. Then stuff would happen and just be like, okay.
Yeah. And filled random pieces, because I said that before, most of season 2 isn't even in the manga at all. It's not even in the manga. And a lot of some part of season 3 isn't in the manga. That's why jumping from 2 to 3, everyone's like, wait, hold up, what?
Yep.
Well, I was so confused.
Yeah, that was a little heartbreaking.
Yeah. They can
redo
redo
the
it.
manga, so I'm happy. They could.
Yeah, they could.
I'm happy I got the real story, the story the way it was meant to be.
Yeah.
I would love to see it animated, but just because spoilers are a thing to anyone in the audience, just read it. Even if you're remotely like, okay, if you agree the first season was good and the last two kind of like, read the manga, because season 2 and 3 are in the manga. They are so good, so much better than the anime. Just read it, and then you're going to want to read it through, and believe me, you're going to want to read it through.
Oh yes, yes, it's really good, really, really good. I love it. Sorry. Sorry, it's one of my favorites. It's top 3 out of a manga. I get emotional. The dog comes out. You know what I'm saying? It comes out.
Got that dog in him.
Got the dog in him.
You sound like
Sorry for everyone that listened to that. Imagine the audio listeners are probably like, what?
The hell? Who's on Shannon Sharp? Look it up.
I had to go deep for that video.
Yeah,
Like,
no,
'cause
I watched
it
it
was
as
gone.
it came
Like,
out.
oh, you did? It was gone like
I
that.
did because I was like, "What the heck?" And all I heard was, I was like, "Jesus, it sounds like it hurts."
Yeah,
It's like, what's wrong?
but he,
Yeah.
it's sharp. Oh, and
Did
his
you see the part? Did you see the his podcast where he had Prime and Ocho on there? Prime, Dion was just roasting him.
oh really?
We got work on that cardio on. God. Oh my god, dude, I was dying. And he was just like, sound like someone like a lion was taking down a gazelle. Just,
Oh my
oh
gosh,
man,
that took forever to
Ocho was
find.
just dying the whole time. He's just sitting there dying. There's so I can't tell you how many times that man just pulled a. It just fell out of his chair. Oh my god.
I want to watch that
Oh, that
shit.
was funny.
So,
You know what's funny and what's crazy is ESPN fired him for it.
oh, they didn't.
I was like, really? Yeah. Within like 24 hours, they fired him. He's no longer on ESPN. At least that's what I was reading. And I was like, I haven't seen him on ESPN or any of his ESPN highlights in like weeks since it happened. And
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
really? Of all the things?
You didn't
Like,
even
you have
see
people
anything.
who would beat their wife in an elevator on your show. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
all this man was doing was laying some pipe. Like, that's it.
yeah. And all you got was audio. Like, so, like, it's not even that big of a deal.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
okay.
it's invasive, but it's like,
It's right. But of the
come on.
in the
And it was,
giant scheme of things, he's not Aaron Hernandez or Ray Rice, and he's,
yeah.
you know what I you know what I mean? Like,
And wasn't it really quick too? Like, wasn't it like?
yeah. So he has admins that have control and access to his social media. As soon as his admins found out about it, done, gone, deleted.
Yeah,
It didn't take long for it. A minute and 25 seconds is all that got recorded. In a minute and 25 seconds, there were thousands of TikTok videos. Thousands. It took no time at all. And I loved it because the stitches and the comments, oof, it was great.
I want to see Monique go back on the show,
Yeah.
and see what because when she was talking about you need a big woman that likes to cook. So I bet she probably has some funny ass questions for him.
Oh yeah. I honestly, after everything that's happened, even with P Diddy, I don't want to see Cat go back up there. I honestly think that now that the cat's out of the bag, feel the cringe. I can see it now. I love it. Just so you know, everybody who's cringing right now after that pun, I enjoy it. I love it. Tasty.
Continue.
That was a rough one. Oh, I know. Yeah. Yeah, that made me cringe a little. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, everything.
So I kind of want to see him go back on there because now that like the roaches are coming out of the woodwork, I kind of want to see what he has to say. See who else he's gonna, because usually it starts from the top and then the turd rolls downhill. So I'm curious to see all the turds that he knows is gonna get taken out. I kind of want to see that.
Yeah.
Come on the rundowns. Let's have a talk, cat.
Yeah. Come over to a bunch of nobodies. Come here.
Yeah, let's have a little chat.
Let's have a chat. You can sit right here. You're as tall as this little desk, so you can just stand.
Right. I'll kneel down. It's okay. I have a lever here. We can lower the chair a bit.
Yeah, I got a stool for you. I'm sitting on a futon.
All right, anime news.
I literally have nothing besides the shows that I said that are brand new. Just yeah, I haven't seen Blue Exorcist in forever, but I hear it's still like good. Like it's still new seasons and stuff. It came out on the 5th. I don't know. I watched the first season. And that was it. You watched more than me, I believe. It was a long time ago.
Trying to remember. From ReZero?
No, Blue Exorcist.
Blue Exorcist. Yeah, sorry. Yes, that is. I don't know why I thought you cut it. I don't know why I thought about ReZero for a
Fine.
second.
It's fine. Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Anyways, yes, I'm excited for that. I'm going to be watching that after this. Well, Anime Zoo Network, all we really got, Elusive Samurai has already been announced to have a season 2 coming, so
Yeah.
that's definitely getting renewed. Hideki Anno and Hahara produced the new Yamato anime film project. So Yamato 2199's Yutaka Izukuchi working on the new project. Anime director Hideki Anno announced after the 50th anniversary screening for Yoshinobu Nishizaki. Good Lord, there's a lot of words at that. There's a new Yamato movie, the Yamato 2199 coming out with the new movie.
Okay.
That I was reading the rest of that and I was just petrified. I was like, oh, okay, there's a lot coming.
Hey,
My Japanese ain't there yet, you know. I'm still trying to learn before we go over there. So, and Nana Mizuki is the famous voice actress. She's been casted in the Fairy Tale 100 Year Quest.
Oh yeah, I forgot that's out.
Yep. Oshinoko they've been confirmed to get a third season.
Not surprised there.
I haven't seen the second one yet. I heard that the first was good.
Yeah, it was good. That's one of the most read manga in the last forever. Like it is, yeah, it's beloved.
Yeah, they just announced that season 3 is coming.
Wisteria too.
Yes, Wisteria was announced.
That was quick too. It was like,
for all you romance anime lovers, the Vampire Knight Memories manga ends in the 11th volume.
Go get your spice.
Gotta include everybody. I don't watch that stuff.
Gotta get your spice.
I mean, other than that, there's a couple new 20th anniversary videos for Bleach. There's voice actresses that have been confirmed to be pregnant now. Apparently, that's pertinent.
Well, you gotta know because they will also be voice actors. So it's gonna run. It's gonna run in the family.
As soon as a baby pops out, oh, that's perfect.
All that, yeah. They had to work on their scream instantly.
Right.
Yeah. They're done.
Yeah, that's really it as far as news goes. Other than that, this is all kind of just fluff. To be honest, they do talk about the opening sequence a little bit, but mainly just people not getting the credit they want. And they do talk about it. Apparently, it's been very highly acclaimed already. So, no surprise, the animation is top tier.
Yeah.
We were just talking about that animation is really good. If we played something different in music in the background, the animation's perfect. Like it really is. I'm so happy they're doing Bleach justice because it has not been done justice throughout its entirety. But yeah, that's it. I'm looking at this is just random weird stuff. I don't even know if this looks like the Japanese Michael Jackson. I'm good. Like
that'd be funny to see. It sounded like Ido.
Yeah,
that's great. That's too much tongue. I can't do that. No. Yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. I like that one. That was simple.
Yeah. Okay, that's it for anime news. Not a whole lot, but you got some interesting things coming out. Again, Blue Exorcist, I'm excited for that because I think we talked about that last episode where they did not do this. I think it was the second season or the second half of the season, something like that. They didn't really do that show justice. A lot of people are upset about it and glad to see that it's finally getting, the love and care that it deserves. Because from what I remember, just the overall tone of the anime in general just wasn't there compared to the manga. It was kind of like Tokyo Ghoul thing. I don't think it was rushed. I think they just changed the whole tone / premise of the story, kind of, in a sense, where just things were kind of working differently. It was more upbeat when it should have been more, sinister.
Sad day.
Yeah. So, well, that's gonna be.
I have to continue to watch it. I'm so behind on that one.
Honestly, I would wait to see what they're gonna say about this still product here in a little while, a couple of episodes in, see what direction they are going with it. Because again, a lot of these news sources, they'll say one thing and then, yeah, they were right for one episode, and then 2 episodes in, all that they shame on you for tricking us,
I don't know when it's coming out, but I've been waiting on. Well, first I've been waiting on Hell's Paradise, but I know that's probably spring.
I'd say fall. From what I've seen, I'd say fall.
Really? What's the other one? Villain Saga. That's like 2 years now.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
And it didn't drop in any sort of love, so I'm very confused. So the manga's just about to end. I saw that as well. I haven't finished. I'm behind, but I'm pretty sure that manga's like ending now. So we should have like another season or two.
Okay,
I think. Pretty sure, but
that anime really surprised me because it was so good. That first season was so good, and that second season was just like, oh.
Well, it is a seinen. However you say it. It's a seinen TV show. It's not a shonen. So that second season, people get shocked by the second season because it wasn't like the first, and not knowing that anime and that manga is of just a normal. It's not a shonen. It's not an action manga. So people go on the second season like,
yeah, well, you can't have a season like season 1 and then all of a sudden, oh yeah, now we're gonna actually be the genre we're supposed to be in. Like, no.
Well, that's how a lot of those work. There's the one with the girl, unalives herself in like episode 2, and then the rest of the 2 seasons, all the action is in like the first season. The second season is just normal boring crap.
Girl kills herself.
Yeah.
Jesus. Erased?
I can't. No.
Or no, that's a movie.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Yeah. And so like, yeah. I hope second season might have a little extra, sorry, third season will have a little action.
Pizzazz, yeah.
But I love the second season. If it's just gonna turn into just like political and like maybe a couple like gruesome deaths, I'm personally fine with that because it's the first. We don't have many Viking manga or anime. We really have like none, and I'm not too mad about it because it is Viking, and it's like it's hard. Like what people want is not what they can technically have. So like if you have shonen fight scenes in a Viking time, it's kind of. I personally think it's kind of weird because it's like they don't know how to fight like that. They don't know how to do all.
No, okay, but see, the thing is it's that's the same for everything though. Like, okay, Saber, if she was actually fighting like she was a knight, they don't move like that with all that heavy armor on. No, they don't move like that.
I guess,
and then no, not even because and then even in Bleach and all these other mangas and animes that are like, all right, we're katana sword stuff. They did not fight like that. Ghost of Tsushima did a really good job of portraying in the video game, a good job of portraying realistic katana combat.
Yeah, not axe, but katana. Yes, that's what I'm saying. But Ghost of Tsushima is way more realistic. It's way more real. Hashirama. I don't know. It's way more realistic. Remember, however you say it, I gotta remember how to like say it. Is realistic. It's realistic. So like, that's where like you can only go so far with like anime wise, Right. And that's why they gave you all the good stuff in the first movie. But like, it doesn't mean. I think it means like real life. Seinen means something of real or reality type of thing, and people did not realize that the first season. So it's okay.
And well, because that's the thing. Because
you're naming off shonen,
Yeah, I know. Sorry. They came out with Netflix came out with the Norse anime that I actually liked. I thought it was pretty decent. I was like, you know what? This isn't a typical anime art style. This really doesn't
No.
feel much like an anime. Like those animes that Netflix built, like The Blood of Zeus, that's actually pretty decent.
Yeah.
And the new Norse one, I forgot the name of it. They don't feel like anime, but at the same time, it's just like they have that, you know, anime creativity built into them. Like I love their rendition of Loki. I do. Their version of Loki, as much as that's not at all accurate, I love it because Loki's not a nice person, not a good person. He's the trickster god. He's out to get everybody. I
Yeah.
love that rendition of him. It was like that's great. Do something with that. Like, give me a Vinland Saga like show where dude just like blah blah blah. My daddy is dead, and then all of a sudden I can wield the power for now because that wasn't my actual father. Boom, so something.
No, no,
Like
don't ruin a
I don't know.
beautiful character development story with all
Well,
that.
no, not
You
with
know, my
Vinland Saga.
father ain't my
Something
father,
do
but now he's
something.
my father, so I can slash down your father. Wah! No.
No, like do something different. Like don't touch Vinland Saga. Leave the way it is. But
Yeah,
you
go
can
make
do
something
something
else. Go
different.
make a Norseman. Go make something like that, you know.
That show.
Go make something
not
like that.
really not really feeling it. I'm not getting the vibe like of like I'm
Goodbye.
pillaging and I'm just not it isn't,
I'm not in the mood, to be honest.
it's the accent and the mannerisms of the way they speak that just make it so
Yo,
much.
it's so,
Oh my
it's so
god.
stupid, man. I love it. Oh my gosh.
And there's another couple things I was gonna talk about that actually aren't anime related.
All right, let's get
Oh,
it. Hit
breaking
it.
rules. There's a
No, this
show
is
that
why
my mom put me onto that
Golden Girls.
I'm a big no, I'm a big history buff. So I have History Channel on their thing on Prime and whatnot. The Curse of Oak Island is a National Geographic History Channel TV show. And basically it's about there's this set of islands just off the coast of Nova Scotia that Spanish pirates and the Templars used to use when they were sailing overseas in like the 16 and 1700s. And
Okay.
it's about basically this giant like underground tunnel system that has intricate booby traps built into it so that if someone tries to go in and doesn't know how to disable them, the whole thing floods. So it did.
Wow.
And now they're just like the whole show is about them trying to find it. And then they go over the history behind it, like how they built such intricate, like really in depth booby traps, what they did to like make sure that those would continue to work and not like clog up by using what they did is they built this like tunnel system that looks like a hand that would stretch out to 5 different areas into the ocean, and then they would cover it with just tons and tons of coconut fiber. Like they pulled up and they dug up 500 year old just pieces of coconut fiber just spread throughout the soil because they had it dated and everything. Like it's really cool. Like the biggest going theory is there's two of them. One, it was Spanish pirates. Two, the one that the main one of the main guys on the show supports is that it's a Templar, Knights of the Templar did it. Because at that time that would have been built and dated to, that's when the Spanish was it the Spanish or the French? I forget. One of the one of those kings and the Pope decided to um
Oh,
um
free weed.
um they decided that yeah, we don't like you, we're gonna kill you now, and arrested all the Knights Templar, rounded them up, basically tortured and executed them, trying to find where their treasure was, because throughout the Crusades they just plundered and pillaged billions worth of gold.
I want a
And
piece.
right, that's the whole premise of the show is the guy's like, I think this is where they did it. This is where they buried a good chunk of it, because the whole island has basically perfectly symmetrical cross. marked by boulders with the Templar signal or symbol for God carved into the stone. And it's built just like a cross. And it's literally like perfectly symmetrical, equidistant. It would put there for a reason.
By Merlin.
So, right. So that show, really good. Give it a watch.
I don't have a show for y'all. He's giving me all this intelligent show, but Gilmore Girls was all right. New Girl, just want to get a little laugh.
We can go back to anime. Ring
or
of
you can
Power
go
was good too.
Or you can go
Catch
watch.
something up with that.
Yeah. What I'm like, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one. Oh my god. Yes, it was. I really enjoyed it.
Oh man. When the king win, no spoilers. Can't.
Yeah. No spoilers.
I can't.
But I definitely enjoyed it. I like it's called prequel. I'm very glad they did this, and I'm very glad they're continuing to do it, because I think I prefer this project that they're doing more than if they were to do something like in the future. I think prequel, because there's already content. There's already content.
Well, they have to, because once Sauron's like dead, defeated, there's really no one left after that, because Sauron died, then Saruman, he's dead. Like, there's no more like bad guys.
There is. Yes, there is.
Think
about all the creatures and the Balroth. Not even the Balroth. There was one even bigger than that. All the creatures,
prequels.
Yeah,
because that's when Morgoth, the original big baby, the OG Dark Lord, and then they had the arachnid, the giant arachnid that was like the size of a neck.
Yeah.
And the Silmarillion, the Lord of the Rings Bible that has all this in there. They need to do that stuff. Screw Galadriel. Screw all this.
Go back further.
I'm happy we get to find out how Sauron come to power. I don't give. No, show me little wussy Sauron that was under the big bad, big bad. Because not only was there was a giant dragon. The world was so much more immersed in magical entities, where it would be a much more chaotic, much more just diverse realm, that it'd be more interesting. And then, because the biggest complaint I get from a lot of people who watch Lord of the Rings for the first time is it's just too little people walking around with some sped.
Yeah, didn't they walk for like 5 months?
Oh my goodness, they walked around for so long.
I think it was like 5 months, wasn't it? In the book?
Yeah. Like, that's all they did. That's all and yeah, they cut to some fighting and whatnot. It's very dry to a lot of people.
Yeah, and they need to understand the premise is, the story is great. It acts like a linear story of us traveling, but the story's so great because, like, it's just like in all the animes, like it's like you have the main character, but like he's not. Who cares? We know Satsu's strong. We know Satsu's strong. Let's get the side characters and give them beautiful, like, linear stories as well. And then, like, people just need to open up their stinking
and they converge
man.
And that's my thing. Is the problem with that is they would go from something exciting like Aragorn getting ready to defend a city, or you know what I mean, like that group, that trio, Gimli and Legolas and their banter. Yeah. Like 43. He's already dead. He was twitching because my axe is stuck in his nervous system. Like that stuff, like that. Those two are what kept that franchise going. I promise you.
That was the banter
between those two.
But I also like. I also think it was really cool with the other two hobbits.
What are their names? I didn't talk about what about first, second breakfast? What about third breakfast?
Yes, those two.
Yeah,
When
those
they
two.
went to the Ents and they went
Yep.
to the kingdom, like people just need to like really open their mind because there were so many separate stories. And I love that the movie is so long because it feels like you're getting another story in a
Mhm.
movie. You know, it's like another episode, both in different ways. It's a different
Right.
point of view. I like that. It's way better than like they could have made it the lazy way, which a lot of people do.
Well,
You know, just
yeah,
done
and
one.
that's why the
Yeah,
series is so goated is because I did it that way.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
are a trooper and you stick through it, by the time you reach the second movie, you're hooked.
Yeah.
By the time you reach the second movie, you are hooked. But the problem is making it through that first 3 hours.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's where a lot of people get lost. Those who are diligent and stay do not leave. And I want to see them do that. I want to see a TV show of that. Because yes, cool, Galadriel, ooh, she was a rebel. Cool, I don't care. Um, I want to see like I'm happy to see what Moria was like before Moria fell. I'm happy to see that. Cool, that was
Yeah.
interesting because they kind of explained it in Lord of the Rings a little bit before Gandalf fought the Balrog.
Yeah. Because they had
But
they had it was really quick because they got invaded, right?
yeah,
Yeah. They were in
yep.
the tomb. Yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
A little bit.
I was kind of curious about, but that's it. Like Galadriel, I'm kind of like no one really. I didn't really care to see her origin story. I could have guessed she was an elf that was blessed with magic powers or some kind. That to me that wasn't really of interest to me. Elrond, that was another okay. That I was another character. I was like, okay, seeing his path because of how influential he was in general. That was I was like, all right, I'm cool seeing like it's good. It's not bad. It's good. However, I would rather see other stuff, like how Morgoth was the big bad. Why he was so revered that even Sauron bowed down to him.
Yeah.
That is the big bad I want to see. Is now that we saw this guy that humans were able to chop him to pieces. What about the guy that they couldn't? They literally need celestial intervention to destroy.
He just built
That's
different.
yeah, he really is. He got that dog.
Got the dog in me.
I want to see that. Like, I want to see that, and then I want to see the dragon that they had. I forgot his name too. He was also just as big as that spider. And also, Balrogs were not few and far between at that time, because there was a Balrog commander that controlled an army of Balrog. That's how they killed the spider, was because they had the army of Balrogs and spiders are weak to fire. But that fight destroyed most of the world. Anyway, I want to see that. That's what I want to see. Like these huge, mystical, larger than life creatures that supposedly just weren't there. Like
Animated.
it feels like we got the second half of the story. It's like we got the lesser half of what the true story is, which is boom, 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 boom. Big bad fall, big bad fall, big bad fall. Little guy fell, little guy fell. It feels like we got the tail end of that. I want the meat and potatoes. Give me the torso of that story. Like, come on, chop chop.
Yeah, chop chop. All right, unorthodox, but I really have to go to the bathroom.
No
really,
way.
really bad.
You are about to cut out a stream.
Hold up. I'm real fast. Watch this. Oh gosh.
Man's had too much Taco Bell. You almost fell over. Jesus Christ. On him on the bike. Think about it. Well, I'm going to try to do some due diligence for the audience here and see where you guys can find. Whew. Was quick. Will not deny. 'Twas quick.
Okay. Huh.
So, like I was saying, while we were abandoned by my co-host, um, it looks like you can get the complete box set of the Silmarillion on Amazon. Give it a read. You read that, everything I just said will make a lot more sense. It is super good. Of all the box sets you could possibly pay for, it's not the most expensive. It's good. And if you thought Lord of the Rings was good, so much better. So much more. Give it a read. Anyways.
Thank you. Sorry, I look like Bill Cosby there.
You almost fell over your bed. I was getting ready to type this in. I just see go tooth and I just like, what?
Sorry.
That Taco Bell, man, it really be coming.
That was really quick, and I didn't realize that third leg really wielded some momentum.
Oh
Hello. All right.
Walking through a tight aisle, the ding, ding, ding. Shit.
I got this punctured a vein from hitting the thing. I'm gonna stop there. We're not there yet. Dang, I had some. Oh, since we're off of anime, which is I like it. Do you what? Okay, I don't know. Okay, here's a good one. A question for you. First movie, right? First movie, Force Awakens. Give me Okay, give me three pros. Oh, for the audience, for everyone that's listening, Matt is a Star Wars. What's the word? Not connoisseur, nerd. Star Wars virtuoso, if you say. That was a big word. White people school. Indubitably. So give me three pros and two cons. 3 pros, 2 cons. Force Awakens.
Flip it.
No. Because I know that you dislike Star Wars. Matt really does not prefer
Disney Star Wars. Be specific. Disney Star Wars.
Disney Star Wars.
What?
So I want him to give me more pros and cons. Can you do that for me?
So when did this turn into me, like just wanting to torture me?
Because it's hard, because you're a huge fan, but it's hard when you hate something to give pros out of it. It's a good character development thing here.
Pros. Kylo Ren was brought in. That's a pro. I love the expanded stuff that happened with the Knights of Ren and all that. Pros. Force Awakens. Cool. I like seeing Leia having Force powers. However, that's also going to be one of the cons. The other pro, I can't. I really can't. They brought Star Wars back. We got more Star Wars. That's the other pro.
You can't.
Yes, I can.
You didn't like any of the nostalgic ending or anything like that. You didn't like any of the ending sequence. It was very much like
carbon copy of the originals, kind of.
Yeah.
But with the really weird. No,
pew 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 pew. Battleship through the hole, blow up. You didn't like any of that nostalgic.
No, because that's what Star Wars has gotten a lot of crap for years. Just every movie's the same. You got a stealth fighter go blow up, run away. No, I don't want to see that because Star Wars is so much more. That's the one thing that Lucas learned from with the original trilogy was, that was one of Lucas's first babies, right? that he learned from that, like, okay, maybe carbon copying this wasn't a good idea. And then we got the prequels, which to a lot of people, the prequels suck. The prequels were, they are 100% unequivocally, they are wrong. The prequels were great. There were a couple things like Jar Jar Binks that should have never happened or existed. No.
Yeah.
Jar Jar Binks, like, nuke it, send it to Hiroshima, something, but doesn't belong to Star Wars.
It's in place.
They were good. The problem with Force Awakens is, one, it was too much of a carbon copy. They tried to do the trio thing, and that didn't even work out in the second movie and third movie. Like, and then it just the Leia, Han, and Luke, none of their characters seemed or felt like their original characters. Like, Mark Hamill even said, I might have been playing Jake Skywalker, but that wasn't Luke Skywalker. He said himself, he said that was utter doggy. He hated playing that character again because it wasn't even his character.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I can't better special effects.
That's a given.
Better special and visual effects. Dude, you're asking me to talk about movies I extremely abhor in a good light, and it's impossible. Because here's the thing. It starts off terrible because we don't know who Rey is. And then comes to find out, I don't even care if I spoil this for the audience. I don't care if you haven't seen it. They're dog crap. Don't watch it. Rey's Palpatine's granddaughter? Why are they trying to bring back Palpatine? They're so done. They're done. Vader killed him, fulfilled the prophecy of him being the chosen one. Done. There's so much more in the expanded universe. Jason and Jenna Solo, Kylo Ren and the Knights of Ren, their whole journey. Everything. Snoke was just a puppet. Just larger than the person they made to be larger than life in the first and second movie, all of a sudden just, he's this all-powerful force user that can't sense Kylo Ren literally manipulating the force next to him to spin a lightsaber to cut him in half. Come on.
Isn't he from like the Old Republic
force
too?
User can't tell that.
Isn't he from the Old Republic? Shouldn't he have like
Snoke?
Yeah?
From what I understand,
because he had the Old Republic emblem around his throne, so shouldn't he have had good a long time to have like Yoda, a long time to have good the Force. It was it was very
it's so poorly written. And here's the thing with Star Wars. Get rid of Kathleen Kennedy, she ruins it all and everything. Get rid of her. She doesn't belong there. She doesn't. Clearly, she's not qualified because every movie she's produced has bombed. Everything she touches bombs. The only thing holding Star Wars up right now is The Mandalorian. Because Acolyte's so bad they didn't even finish the freaking show.
I didn't know that. That's funny.
Terrible. So, no, Force Awakens, that whole trilogy would have been so much better if the storyline wasn't manipulated in carbon copy. Because here's the thing. Not even the whole woke part is what pissed me off. You and I have talked about this. We don't care when you try to force feed it and make a whole story about it. Behind it, it's not going to be good. Especially when you take stuff that was written prior to woke culture being a thing. When you try to combine the two, it never works out well. It just doesn't. They could have totally rewritten. Are you okay?
Squid on my seat. My bad.
You still look like you did something else other than skipping up. So they should have just rewritten the entire thing. Trying to talk. No. One second. Hold that thought. um, they should have just redone it because, like I said, there were so many places they could have gone. They ruined Knights of Ren. Kylo Ren, yes. Was he the strongest Knight of Ren? Yes.
It looked like it.
Because he's Han and Leia's kid. He is the grandson of the strongest Force user ever to live. Other than, Darth Nihilus and blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but those are different special exceptions. He's the chosen one for all intents and purposes. He's the grandson of that. So he's naturally going to be super gifted, extremely strong. Like, the other Knights of Ren, they tried bringing them in. They were all Force sensitive. None of them had lightsabers.
Yeah.
Why? In Rey, okay, the whole thing, the thing that really pissed me off when they tried to justify Rey's existence is, oh, why are people getting so mad about a female Jedi? No one gives a shit. Some of the strongest Jedi in history of the Star Wars universe are female.
Yeah.
The Jedi that destroyed Darth Nihilus, or basically banished Darth Nihilus, the strongest Sith ever to live, was a female dual-bladed Jedi.
They just fishing. You guys already took over with Doctor Who. I don't want to hear from any of y'all.
And then the way the Force works. Are you good?
This is reminding me of a little limp. Yes, I'm good. Sorry.
So,
in other words, you really enjoyed the trilogy.
Totally. If you want to sit and watch something that makes your eyes bleed, your heart break, watch those movies. Good night.
Just wanted you.
I'll be so worked up, I have to smoke.
Yeah. Okay. For our last episode, we talked about live action, like what we were going to anime that we would like to see live action. I changed my answer.
Oh.
Well, I don't change. I would add 2 more.
Okay.
Spy Family.
Yeah.
I think Spy Family would be a pretty cool anime to put live action.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I said Vinland Saga. We have a lot of Viking stuff.
We do. There's too much of that right now.
But with this time, it's like if you just stick to strictly Vinland Saga's story with a kid and keep it murdery, choose like a really athletic kid, and
can't just reskin Tom Holland and make him 12 years old.
Yeah, and actually have a younger 15-year-old nimble. I want that because of the story. Season 1 and Season 2. I want that because of the story. Honestly,
I could see that.
But Spy Family is most definitely. I was looking at some anime and stuff, and then I looked at Spy Family, and I'm like, okay, I gotta watch the last 3 episodes because I haven't seen it. But then I was like, actually, that would be a pretty dope live action if done well.
I thought of another one as well.
What?
And this may be a hot take. Season 1 of Sword Art Online. I think if they did a movie trilogy versus a series, the movies will get an exponentially higher budget. I think that if they did a movie series live action, they could pull it off and still hit the major parts and the major points of Sword Art Online to the effect of, I really think that could work. And then they could branch off into a series afterwards. Because the whole idea of the Genesis seed, or the what do they call it? The internet seed. What's it called?
I know we're doing
it. It's been so long. We've asked each other so many questions. We're just like, what is it called? We love anime. We're very intelligent. We're very well versed.
Very well versed in anime.
We promise.
I swear, bro. Oh, speaking of that, Gun Gale 2, Season 2. Gotta watch that.
I didn't watch Season...
No, I need to, because I hear
watched
good things.
I have two.
Not good things, but here okay things.
Well, because here's the problem with a lot of the SAO watchers. The reason
This is the new Gun Gale. Don't forget, not the old Gun Gale. This is the new one.
Yeah. So the problem with that is the old one is
Yeah.
Okay. Like it just if they actually make it its own thing and make the effects of the guns in the combat special to the point where you don't have Kirito just going, oh hi, cute gun, cut in half, goodbye. Like it was just that I could see. Then because of the disdain because of that, that's why a lot of people want it. But a lot of people are starting to because a lot of people, the new guys, are like, hey, this is actually really good.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to see a movie of SAO season 1.
I think that would be really good.
Do 2 movies.
3. I would say 3 because that way you can keep everything together. And if you look back, the reason I said this is that I look back at the actual anime itself. You can stop it at 3 points where movie 1 ends at a cliffhanger, movie 2 ends at a cliffhanger, and then movie 3 ends at, or it would end with them finally leaving SAO and him going to save Asuna at the hospital.
Yeah.
Because you start to dig into Alfheim Online in the third movie.
Yeah, I guess. I think about it. Well, yeah, because the first bit, they got a couple of fights and training. They have the guy that is the one that's the little assassination one at part. I don't remember what show it was.
Well, the first part movie would probably end at the part where they go to the deeper levels, like they get like halfway through the dungeon, and then you remember the part where he first encounters the player killers?
Yeah,
like the little girl and the little dragon thing.
Yeah,
the little animal thing. That's where it would end. It would end with the player killers getting ready to start becoming a nuisance.
Right.
And then
that's after the group gets murdered, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's way after their.
So you end with that.
Yeah.
You end with the group getting murdered, and now all of a sudden there's this threat, and then like you could, you know what I mean? Right there in that little pocket, that's where that first movie would end. At least in my eyes, that makes the most sense because then the third movie would start with Kirito and then the little kid. What's his name? In the little vacation home.
Yeah.
And it starts with them like taking a break because of all the crap they've been through so far. It honestly, I feel like that's how they designed it. Because if you think about it and you go back and look, it ends perfectly. Like when you look at the way like they would design a movie, or you think they would design a movie, that it's cordoned off into thirds. You have your first portion, your middle portion, and your end portion.
How many?
Like, I honestly think that was their original plan.
How many volumes? It's got to be not many not many chapters of manga.
I don't know manga wise, but I honestly think the studio was planning on doing that. When you look at how it's, I don't want the studio to do animated ones. At this point, no, that's just no point.
Somebody pick it up.
I want to see a live action.
Disney.
No, Netflix. Thank you.
Oh, HBO. May it bloody.
Actually, HBO probably could do a good job.
HBO doesn't miss. Very rarely do they miss.
Well, nowadays, yeah.
So to real misses, not perspective. Not perspective. Not I'm gonna use the word anyway. You get what I'm saying. Not perspective, misses like House of Dragons. People are like, I don't like House of Dragons. Well, no, but the majority of people like House of Dragons. So like
Game of Thrones. So season 8 that everybody hates because George R.R. Martin freaking finished the book. Damn it, is taking so long to finish the Winds of Winter. So long. He even said himself the book Winds of Winter is as long as the other ones put together.
Yeah, I heard that.
Finish it. Just finish it. Put out the books in a couple spurts so we can get the original cast back together before they're too old and fit it and redo this. That just season 8 just conveniently doesn't exist. Bring back the Mother of Dragons. I want to see the Mother of Dragons again.
Yeah. Everybody does.
If you say you don't, you're a liar.
But HBO just doesn't miss as a whole. There are a
Yeah,
lot
they
of shows.
redeemed
There
themselves
are a
after
lot of
that.
shows where, yeah, there are a lot of shows where I just, I personally don't like, but they're not misses. They're just not for me. But yeah,
Which one?
HBO. I know what happens with Chernobyl, but I couldn't watch it. I'm sorry,
Oh, that's
couldn't
another
watch
one.
it.
Do you know the what's his name? Something.
And then Titans, couldn't watch
1
that.
second. I'm gonna look him up real quick. I know you know who this is. You know the show Shogun?
Mm,
What's the dude's name? You know the guy I'm talking about? The old guy that he's like shoot. Characters. 1 sec. Oh, that's not the one I'm looking for. You know what I'm talking about though, right?
I don't think
Oh,
so.
you can watch it on Hulu. Good. Shogun. Watch it. So good. It is so good. They won. I think they won an Oscar, or I think they did win an Oscar for it. Dude.
Oh, so
Oh
good.
man,
I haven't
dude,
seen it
it
yet,
is
but I
it's so good. For anyone listening, that honestly, watch. It is so good. If you want to be able, let's say if we have anybody here, but let's say you have someone who is on the fence about anime in general, have them watch that, because that is going to get them into feudal Japan and the idea of Japanese culture in general, and it helps it helped reaffirm my obsession for Japanese culture. Have them watch that, gain that, and then put them onto anime, because then they're gonna see like, oh, I remember that from Shogun, or I remember seeing that, like, oh, whoa, ha ha, 2+2. It That's how good that show is. Watch.
I'm going to watch it. Not at
It's
home
super good.
because I just went to IMDb because I have to do that now since I have a child and a wife. I can't do that with if I and for myself apparently I guess too. Can't we say anything? So I can't. I watched that drill.
Okay. Yeah. Again, I
And
think they're only in one
yeah.
season so far. Oh, it's so good. Okay.
Well, I always forget it because like I want to say it, but I can't. I don't remember what it. Oh, such a bother. My life, something. Oh, I will save this for next week. But the amount of Harry Potter knowledge that's circulating in my brain right now because HBO's Harry Potter coming out in like a year or something like that. The amount of stuff. I mean, I know it's just going to be a carbon copy of the series, just with Hermione and being, non-binary, but everything else, it's guess they woke. Everyone's got to be.
Make McGonagall by non-binary. Then don't touch the original 3, because that
Gonna
drastically
happen.
impacts the story.
It does. Watch, they're not even going to like each other by the end.
It's right. It's not even like we have a problem with trans LGBT. We don't look.
No.
We don't.
It has a place. It has a place somewhere else. It's not what.
It's just
we have the template already.
Dumbledore is gay. Okay,
Yeah,
you have
yeah,
that there.
with that.
Make
Yeah,
McGonagall. She's a cat lady. She can turn into a cat. There you go. You have the furries represented. Like, what you do in a bedroom doesn't matter, and it shouldn't affect or alter the story of already masterfully made masterpieces. They should not be altered because of
it. Yeah.
Ron and Hermione, they get married. They have kids. Harry and Ginny, they get married. They have kids. They're all friends. That's where Harry Potter leads to next. Why change it? Why alter that? Why? There's no reason. None. Everybody had representation in the original Harry Potter. No reason.
Keyboard warriors.
None.
If I was in charge, I would. But people are they're too swayed by public opinion. Like there isn't like thousands and thousands and thousands of people. You know what they're doing? Oh, you know what they're doing? I don't know how much J.K. Rowling has, how much input she has in this. Because if she doesn't,
probably fuming.
because if she doesn't, then what they could do to make people watch it, because you lost Harry Potter fans because of her little stance, and everything. Then what they could do is they could actually make someone, gay, all the extra stuff, add some of that in there to attract people. To attract people because of the fact that she is anti that. If she doesn't have a say, but I think there's also licensing. I don't know. But that's a way to attract people because of people are not going to watch it because some people are not going to watch it because
you know what's going to happen?
Her
Same
behavior.
thing what was that one? What was it? No, it was no. You know what's going to happen? The same stuff that happened when Hogwarts Legacy came out. Everyone was like, boycott the game because of what J.K. Rowling said, and then you know what we said? I'm buying 2 copies.
Yeah, and then it became the broke record.
You're getting mad that an 80-year-old lady has a different opinion than you.
Yeah, it broke
records. Play
records.
Legacy, Nevada Cadabra, some bitches. I wish you were in it. That game did so good regardless.
Yeah.
That should have been example number 1 of the general populace is so tired of. We don't want to see it. We don't care if they get representation, but that's not what the whole thing needs to be about. You don't need to rewrite the story to make sure that people are represented properly. No. Make something new and add it in, and no one's going to care.
You don't have to make anything new. I mean, two things. Number one is you could, it is the 90s, and it is, it's in Europe. You could add a couple more black people. You could.
Yeah,
there's background black people.
Or there's two.
It's fine, but there's Kingsley, who is for everyone that doesn't know, after
the dude that replaced,
Harry
was
Potter,
it Crabbe that got replaced or Goyle that got replaced? One of those dudes got replaced.
Oh,
and
yes,
that guy,
and then he got burned alive. But in the last movie he got in the room requirement.
Yeah.
It was just for that one. But Kingsley, everyone knows he's the African guy. He becomes a minister of magic before Hermione takes it. That's after. That's not even in the books. That's after. So y'all are nerd. And then Dean Thomas. That's the only other one. So you could add. They don't have to be prevalent, but you could add a couple of. But you could the power. Oh, I can't make this much longer. I'm just gonna say the power that HBO has with how much they can add back to the series because of the books having to be cut out is insane. Dobby is in 4 books. He's shown in 2 movies, and he's in 4 books. That's insane. He's prevalent. He walks the halls of Hogwarts. He helps out Harry. He gives him the gillyweed for the Triwizard Tournament. He tells him the secret, not Cedric. He tells him the secret of the egg underwater. He does all that. You could add that. You could add the centaur from the first movie. He's a teacher in this thing. You could add. There's so much. Oh, the ghost, the one that tattletales on Harry all the time when he goes invisible. Peeves. Peeves. Yeah, you could add all. Oh, he's in Hogwarts too, isn't he? Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy. Yep.
Yeah. You could add You could add that. There's so much you could add. They could make this beautiful.
They can. They have the opportunity, but you know what? They're not going to do it.
But okay, we gotta keep this one short because we're in. It's HBO though. I have faith because they did Last of Us. They did Last of Us well. They're not missing right now, and they go by different rules. I do like HBO for that. They go by different rules. They don't.
Yep.
They tend to not. It's not Disney where they're so dollar hungry that they're like,
I would rather them keep the original cast. Like, if you want to re-racify the original cast, I don't. Who cares? No one really does. Fine.
Yeah.
Just leave. Like, their sexuality is important to the plot and storyline. Just leave it as it is. Change the background people because they don't have anything important going on. And no, not even the background people. Like Luna Lovegood, Neville, like those characters that everybody loves that don't really affect the plot line of this Harry Potter verse. That's the people you affect. Because, sorry, you're not a modern day J.K. Rowling. You cannot create this verse and make it better. Sorry, not sorry. Suck it up.
Yeah.
Just, if you want to do that and make the main character gay, lesbian, trans, whatever, make your own series that's as masterful and leave it that way. I would never want anyone to change that to make them straight. I wouldn't care. Don't take something that's already made and try to change it. It never works out well. Especially when you start messing with the dynamic of the main characters.
You can make anyone any shade, except for Cho Chang. You can't have a black person play Cho Chang. That's a given. But or the twin sisters, the Patils. They're Indian. Right. You can't. Yeah. I live in
right.
But please, like, people are gonna get so mad for no reason. The mermaid's black. Who cares? You can do anything with any extra people, unless it's a designated place like Fleur Delacour. I mean, you can make her black, but like, she's French, and it's the 90s. Probably white. Just leave her white, I guess. She's from France. Leave her white. Right. But it doesn't matter. But it's HBO, so they're not that scared of that kind of stuff. So like, I think they'll do it justice. I just hope that they're not too. I hope not everyone is good looking. That's what I'm scared of. Because modern times with high schoolers and stuff. I mean, they're okay. Never mind. I retract that sentence because they start out as 11 years old. So I'm not about to go. That's a good one.
Billy about a beat, did he?
Yeah, I'm gonna stop talking. But better keep the redheads. They can leave the Weasley's redhead too. For some reason I was scared. I was scared for that. Like they turn them like black haired or a bunch of blondes.
Yeah, again, like a lot
Please don't.
Just
it's not that important though. Like it honestly isn't that important. You can make them all blonde, but it shows who you are. Like it identifies that you're a Weasley in Hogwarts. When you see, because there aren't many redheads around that are. Right. But like, I just need I need a trailer. Just give me a trailer, and I think I can rest just a little bit. I think I can calm down.
Yeah, your heart's racing because you know what I know, and you're just really hoping they don't. That's the problem. Oh, also, we didn't talk about Warhammer 40K with Henry Cavill. That's coming out soon on
I did see
Amazon.
That. Yeah.
Play the game or watch. I will run through the campaign again on Warhammer. Play the game or watch me play it. That is going to be, for those of you who don't know, Warhammer 40K has enough lore that it has been talked about by a numerous amount of people to the point where you could take multiple college level courses of Warhammer 40K knowledge and still not know everything. That is one of the most in-depth worlds that ever created. That is constantly in chaos, constantly in war. So much messed up stuff happens. Watch that show. That is Henry Cavill's baby. If you know Henry Cavill and if you know about the Witcher's thing, he left The Witcher because they wouldn't stick the source material. That is going to be one of the best shows ever because of that. Because I'm telling y'all right now, that is going to be so good because of how in-depth and immersive that world is.
What studio?
What studio?
Yeah, who's making it? Oh, Amazon.
Amazon's making it.
Okay.
They really haven't
Okay.
missed on any of their originals that they put out.
Okay.
I don't think they have. And honestly, they gave Cavill creative control over the whole thing. So
I can let him have creative control over me. My gosh, he's a
what?
huh. Here's a
I'm sorry, I'm not homo in any way, but that man is dead sexy.
okay,
Oh
man.
my God. I see. I haven't had anyone make me feel that way
Um,
since Hugh Jackman did in the 90s, so why?
no, Hugh Jackman literally just did it a couple months ago
That's true.
for
And
me.
oh my God. That man, I,
It's as wide as I can go.
Atlas.
It's as wide as I can go, Hugh.
Why'd you have to make your eyes bulge out of your head?
Take her or leave it, brother. You know what?
Uh-oh, good
I
Lord.
am the greatest showman. We'll show you these nudes. All right.
What is never airing?
No, we'll be fine. The great thing about accumulating all this is that we're not releasing them right now, so we can edit and edit and edit and edit and edit and edit for like a week.
When you end up finally getting or ended up getting famous from this, we just do snippets of in our early days.
Yeah, in our early days, yeah. I was visualizing Hugh Jackman's peen in my mouth. That sounded like Luke.
That did.
I did sound like Luke. Like dead ass, like
Luke.
the peen in my mouth. Yeah, that's very Luke.
Yeah, it is.
God, I miss him and his
He's
peen
got
too.
that Minnesota accent, the very, the mannerisms and everything.
Yes, yes, he does. Don't you know? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Man,
Sorry.
don't you know?
Sorry, my balls are out.
Don't pluck the hairs. All right. Thank you for tuning in to
The rundown.
the rundown. Don't get missed. Tune in next week for another crazy episode where I am going to go ham on my theories on my spin-offs of Harry Potter and what I would love to see. Toodaloo.
Bye.
Weesh.